Welcome back, Nick Lenz. Comic Corner Classics slash non-classics. That's episode number 1064 and Doubleshot number 950. Yeah, 58. Okay, got two Marvel trades. First up, it is Runaways Volume 3. That was yesterday. This collects issues 13, 18 of Runaways Volume 4. Still same creative team, Rainbow Ravel and Chris Akia. Yeah, this picks up right where the last trade left off, with Alex Wilder basically showed up on the doorstep right after Nico and Corolla, aka Luke Sky with Diamonds, decided to have a kiss. Yeah, because, well, the writer has it now where they're now a couple. Yep. In my opinion, that's actually a pretty good move on the part of the writer because I think maybe the writer didn't like the fact that Chris Yost was to hook her up with Julie Power. Yeah, so that's probably the reason why she had her break up with her in the previous arc, so she could hook her up with Nico. Yep. Yeah, and Alex Wilder, mostly put when it comes to him, they mention stuff what happened. They mentioned the cover series when he was resurrected, but as for let's say what he was up to prior to the series, mainly in the pages of Power Man and Iron Fist, never brought up in here at all the fact he wanted to become the magical kingpin of Harlem. Yeah, I don't get why that's not brought up in here. I mean, you mentioned what happened in the cover, which caused his resurrection in the first place, but you don't bring up his previous book he appeared in. Yeah, it's like Rainbow Raw just don't want to talk about Power Man Iron Fist. Despite the fact it's a really damn good title. And yet they don't want to talk about it. It's so bizarre. Okay, why is he here? Apparently, the creatures who show up at the end of the first volume Runaways, the Golem, yeah, they make a return, but not actually them. It's their freaking kids. Yeah. See, their parents, they think they're the pride. It's like, no, and of course, Charlie points out though, no, we're not the pride. That was our parents, and they were evil, and your parents killed them along with him until he got resurrected. Until he just came back all of a sudden. Of course, Nico what causes his resurrection? Damian Hillstrom brought him back from the dead in the Adventures of the Cover series. Though she doesn't mention any of the members of the team that she actually had sex with him in one issue. Yes, she had sex with Alex Wilder, probably just to get the itch out of her system. But she's with Nico now, so she doesn't have to bring that up. At several points of the story, now throughout the whole story, the group is put on sort of under house arrest. They can't go outside, with the exception of like Nico, who does it with her staff, like one issue. Yeah, and they want the planet, but they can't get kids. So, what's the solution to basically deal with these ungrateful people? Well, send them to a post-apocalyptic future. Yeah, and Gertrude's one sentiment. It's like, okay, you guys want the planet stability? Here you go. There, you got the planet. Send them right into the future. Yeah, send them to the year 900. Like pretty much send them like roughly, I'd say about 999 years in the future. Yeah. So they want the planet stability? There you go. Yep. But that's the whole. Now, there's also really a Christmas issue where they have Christmas dinner, and of course, Alex reveals that apparently he's not eaten anything since he was resurrected. Which that's actually a pretty interesting thing because, from what I remember from when he appeared in the Power Man Fist series, he never ate a single thing. Same thing Avengers the cover. He ate nothing at all. hmm Oh yeah, he also brings up the fact that he apparently worked with Nico to do like like let's just say a skill let's just say a chart basically with spells you can and can't use. Oh yeah, and apparently spells that Nico tries to cast, she only casts once. hmm Yep, and they also kind of solve the minor hiccup when it comes to her power, the staff of one. Yeah, we see it in human form, and apparently it's revealed that she's resisting the bloodletting. Yeah, she had to be forced to let him out, and pretty much the deal is that she makes after giving pancakes, makes a new deal. I want to continue using your power, but I don't want to. I want to keep cutting blood. So okay, I'll put a little bit of myself into you. Okay. Yep, and that kind of resolves that little. It's like Yeah, it's like the writer of the series just changes stuff because some minor things just like me. I get the staff of one thing, changing that because the whole thing of her constantly having to cut herself just to summon this freaking staff. Even I agree that was really stupid. Now, in the case of hooking up Nika with Corolla, this by far was a very good idea in my opinion. I think that the writer herself is developing this relationship really well. Plus, there's a really good scene of them just in their, I think it's their bedroom, they're sunbathing, and then they start making out. Yeah, there's actually one issue where it's whole ton by this guy here. Yeah, it's all told for his perspective, and nobody speaks a word of English. They all speak in gibberish to him. hmm But yeah, great book. This book ends with a cliffhanger. Yeah, just like issue 12, 13 ends with a cliffhanger. It says, and of course Alex what's up because well his plot thread is like, hey Alex, can I with you? And I will not reveal who said that because I'll review that when I talk about volume 4. This book is really good. This book a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. I still can't wait to get my hands on volume 1 because I don't know why the library hasn't given me volume 1 yet. Next up, we're going to Iron Man. As in Tony Stark Iron Man Volume 2 Stark Realities, collecting issues 6 to 11 of Tony Stark Iron Man. Written by 3 people. Yes, it's mainly written by Dan Slott. Now we have Jeremy Whiteley, who co-writes issues 6 through 7, and Jim Zeb does issues 9 to 11. The artwork in here is mainly done by Valerio Sacchi, I think if I pronounced his name, with Paolo Valenti in issue 9. These issues here kind of wrap up in a way, if you look at it, the opening arc of this. It's pretty much like everything that's going on in the book is issue 1. Yep, the whole thing, they reveal the whole thing with Escape, and there's a plot thread with Beth the Cape. Yeah, I didn't initially know this was this woman when I initially saw her. I'm thinking red hair, maybe this is Pepper Potts. Nope, it's Beth the Cape. Yep. And the whole plot there of her on the control of the controller. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I love Dan Slott basically how he wrote Iron Man. It's like controller. Who could boss a comic contingency man deal with you? Oh yeah, that would be me. It's like he just doesn't care. It's like yawn. It's like, oh, the controller. I'm bored. I don't like you. I think that the reason why Slott wrote that line, I mean, this is just paraphrasing, is probably because even he knows that the controller is not that interesting of a villain. And the villain himself was only around since Iron Man number 12 from the 60s. I think so, yes. I have to look it up on here. I don't think he's been around for very long. Oh, and pretty much the whole storyline is just like starting with issue 9. He just basically is beating the crap out of the controller for about 3 issues, and eventually he does beat him with the help of Sunset Bean. Yes, a relatively minor villain from Iron Man's old like 90s run. Yeah, it's like Slott just brings in like a bunch of minor characters. Also, he does something with Arno Stark. Yeah, because, well, Bendis did virtually nothing with this character at all, and apparently Slott kind of turned into a villain. Yep, and he reveals to his, well, fake version of his mother. They also refer to Controller by his real name, Basil. Yeah, I'm like, okay, when was his real name Basil? Because I was knowing him as simply the Controller. Yeah, they refer to him constantly as Basil. I mean, okay, he was created by Archie Goodwin and George Tukoska. I think that's the guy's name. Yeah, the thing with him, and I'm surprised that not even the characters in the comics have actually pointed this out that, hey, why do you look like Thanos? Yeah, I mean, various fans and readers have basically probably pointed out for years that he's way too similar looking to Thanos. Yeah. Eventually he's defeated, and, well, that's it for that. Star Unlimited basically has to deal with a bunch of lawsuits because, well, the escape thing, which apparently has to do with also banned users who hacked into the frickin' system. Yeah, apparently Tony Stark does not like racists at all. Nope, he does not. Hmm. Oh, I forgot. She's actually a character from Machine Man's book. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you think of her, she simply put is like the thing with Sunset Bean is, despite the fact that the way that the character is written in here is that, well, she's kind of written to be a rival of Tony Stark. That's simply what she is, written to be a rival of his. And relatively, she is simply put just a minor villain. She's basically a C-list character. I mean, I barely knew about this character at all, and yet I read her first appearance. And yet I barely knew anything about this woman at all. And yet, for some reason, well, probably because Machine Man's in the book, let's just saw her in the book too because she appeared in Machine Man's book. Also, apparently, like one thing I do appreciate about the artists in here, they actually have Machine Man go back to his classic Jack Kirby look. I appreciate that. Hmm. Yeah. One thing I do not really understand though, and apparently they say, oh yeah, it's an annoying subroutine according by Jocasta. Whole thing of hating humans is really out of character for him at all. Also, we have the return of Arsenal. Yes. No, not DC's Arsenal. He's a freaking. This guy is a robot, man. His first appearance back in Avengers and number 11. He's just a robot who's been somewhat associated with the Avengers, but mostly associated with Iron Man. Yeah, that's with the character Arsenal. Hmm. Yeah, he just shows up for. Yeah, he shows up now and again. That's simply what he is. Oh yeah, he's an old Iron Man villain. I thought it was Avengers 11. It turns out the first place back in Iron Man number 114. Yeah, he's a creation of Bill Mantlo and Keith Giffen. Yeah, there's also even a reference to, I kid you not, Ultimo in here. Rhodey is not in the War Machine suit. He's in this, like, cockpit thing. I'm like, Slot, you do know he has his own armor. You know that, right? It's just that, well, here's what he flies in, this thing. This apparently is his new armor, because apparently Slot forgot the fact he has his own armor. He's War Machine. Why can't you have him fly in the War Machine suit? Now, I do like it. Interesting, though, you have Jenna Van Dyne as a supporting character, and she's Tony Stark's girlfriend. Yeah, that's an interesting move. I don't mind it at all. My friend Edgar doesn't mind it at all, though he has dropped the series because he didn't like where the series is going. Though, in a future story, we're going to have the return of frickin' Ultron. Yep, we're going to deal with that particular thing. Yeah, it's like Slide's on doing something, like, unlike in the case of Rainbow Rider, just doing a couple things she didn't like. Slide just simply well, we also have the ending of the character. We also have Amanda. She's written out of the book. Probably because that Slot didn't want anything to do with this character at all. That's my personal theory. Oh, by the way, what came next? War of the Realms. So I could explain why they wrap up the whole thing with the controller here. But it's a pretty decent ending to the first, like, let's say, overall first story arc of the series. And I think it's okay. It's okay ending, but yeah. Why the frickin' controller for? Yes. I do agree. He's a terrible villain. He's not interesting at all. Yeah, just call him, like, Earth-based frickin' Thanos. Yep, that's what we'll call him. I'll give this book roughly a 8.5 out of 10. My friend Edgar is not a fan of this book anymore. No. Despite the fact, yes, I do know for a fact this book is ending at issue 20. Yeah, and they say, oh yeah, the Iron Man's gonna continue on in 2020. Who's going to be new writer? No idea. Slott has not been in this book for very long. He's only been booked for just a little over a year, which makes him probably by far the shortest writer who had the shortest run of the entire book. When Kieran Gillen was in the book, he was in the book for a little over 2 years. Actually, it was over 3 years in the book. Bendis, 3 years. Before Gillian was, I think it was, Matt Fraction. Yeah, it was Matt Fraction. Yeah. Fraction was on the book for, I think, about 5 or 6 years. But at least a lot of the other writers over the years been on the book for more than like a year or two. Or at least more than two or 3 years. But Slott, wow, quite a short run for his time on Iron Man. Yep, and yeah, not much else to say about this. But Slott, give Rhodey back his War Machine suit. Seriously. Also, they had this thing in here where apparently Friday is now in a body of a robot. Yeah, and she had to download herself inside of Tony. I'm thinking though, like, yeah, I get the fact she's an AI. Like, why the heck would you build a robot for? And I do like they point out though in this book that she's lying here on the floor. Get her moved someplace nice. It's like she's just a robot. And I think it was Beth and Gabe, or I think it was Andy, who pointed out that, yeah, you should do that. And I don't mind Andy basically starting a sort of romance with Amanda. Now I do have a flashback when she was young. She was smoking hot when she was young. Also, Tony basically tells his mother boy he doesn't know about Arnold. It's like, what? You know about him? Yep, I know about him. Yeah. And they say, oh yeah, this is not the actual Tony Stark in here. This is just a genetic duplicate. There's barely anything left of the guy. Which I think some readers have pretty much kind of figured out for quite a while due to how Bendis ended his run for Iron Man. Yeah. Though they haven't really explained how the heck this process was created. He's pretty much down, Tony Stark down, he's just a genetic duplicate. That's simply put what he is. He's a clone. That's what Tony Stark is, a clone. A very good clone. Yep. Though in the case of Rhodey, he's been cloned twice. Though they apparently don't bring up the first time he was cloned. First time he was cloned was actually, believe it or not, in his own book. Back in 2009, when it was written by Greg Pak. Yep. But yeah, not much else to say about these two trades. The first book is really good. The second one is okay. But at least this one wraps up a storyline. This one is just a continue. It's like wraps up one story arc and starts another one. Yep. But yeah, that's it for this particular review. And I have no other there's no other videos I can do today because I'll be leaving pretty soon. Okay. But see you next few, which probably won't be until Tuesday, Wednesday. Bye.